Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And this week we're going to be covering our conjunction of Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Woo! And what happens when these four planets are conjunct in your horoscope. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this conjunction, what sign it's placed in, what house is placed in, all the other planet astrological details for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Sun, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, or Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. I mean, you are looking at like the four heavy hitters coming together. You're looking at four horsemen coming together. You're looking at the Fab Four coming together in one particular house. The only time I have seen this particular conjunction is actually my friend from junior high school and then high school. He's the only one that I can actually remember seeing this four planetary conjunction. So what does this conjunction signify? Well, first of all, you have Sun, which represents light, power, heat, hot, personality, soul, father, authorities, government, fame. It actually also represents astrology as well. And then you have Mars, hot, war, violence, energy, passion, strength, stamina, courage, competitiveness, fighting. You have Saturn, discipline, structure, organization, sacrifice, duty, commitment, government servant, administrators, harsh, hard reality. Then you have Jupiter, hot, teacher, counselor, advisor, guru, children, prosperity, wealth, expansion. So what is this particular conjunction does? I mean, this is a type of conjunction that you will find most of the time people who are either in government, military, surgery, people who are, in fields of firefighting, like firefighter, and real estate agents, or people who want to build, people who want to deal with land. Because remember, Mars represents land, real estate. So is Saturn, because Saturn represents reaping and sowing. Saturn represents actually a farmer. So what is the job of a farmer? To deal with land, to grow things. And where do you do that? You do that in the fourth house, where the land is. And especially, education wise, this is always a technical education. Whether it's a civil engineer, whether it's an engineer itself, somebody who would be in fields of statistics, logic, and especially law, because law has everything to do with government. Here we can see that the native was really overpowered by their father. And father could be a very violent figure with this type of a conjunction. Especially depending upon the sign. Father would either be a very silent dictator, somebody who doesn't really say a lot, but you know him, that he wants you to do something. Or father will just come out like a fire every time. Well, how do you differentiate that? Well, that is differentiated through the sign this is placed in. Like my friend, he had this in Virgo, this four planetary conjunction, the most peaceful father I saw. But my friend knew to respect him, and if he just said something nicely, you follow that. But if this has happening like Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, you will have a father who not only wants to be that dictator, but he wants to make everybody know that I am this. So make sure you follow what I do. Where a Virgo, Libra, Taurus type conjunction would be more like a godfather, just sitting quietly in peace in a dim light, with a cat, just talking. But this man can do a whole lot. So depending upon the sign placement, it'll either disturb that fire or distinguish that fire. And most of the time also in the 8th house, you will see this can create somebody who deals with other people's assets, money, somebody who deals with insurance. But most of the time, and I have some people but I think they have instead of 4, they had 5 planetary conjunction too. So that's even more heavy. And those are some of the people who always wanting to be in government service. Because remember, Saturn is service, Sun is government, Mars is a servant of the government as well, because Mars is a soldier. And Jupiter is the advisor, the minister. It is like you got this whole governing body in one conjunction in a particular house. So regardless of the house, all these 4 bodies are kendra from each other, meaning quadrant from each other. 1, 4, 7, and 10. Whenever these planets are 1, 4, 7, and 10 from each other, they are going to somehow push you towards government, politics, fighting, being patriot. In the 9th house of father is where this will really show up. I know my friend had it in the 12th house, where father's power wasn't really seen as much, because that was actually the position of Marna Karka for Sun, meaning where Sun goes to die, in the 12th house. Nobody sees the king. Nobody sees the king's power. And king just feels like calming himself down, because 12th house represents isolated places like jungles, mountains, foreign lands. And you put a king there, what is the king going to do? He's like, I cannot command anybody to do anything. I cannot just sit here and food is going to come to me. I got to be a human again. So this is why I noticed that, and it's so funny, when I was learning about these Marna Karka positions, automatically I thought about my friend. I'm like, wow, that's right. His father is very quiet, very, very peaceful person. Doesn't really want to create any fuss, but yet he still has that power. Hey, I'm the father. You listen what I say. So the house placement of this will definitely matter. And 10th house, powerful position. This is actually, in a way, regardless of the ascendant, somehow, some way will always create a Raj Yoga in the 10th house. In the ascendant, it can even create a Maharaj Yoga, because these 4 planets will always rule some good house in some situation. We'll take any ascendant, they will rule some good house, some Dhan house, some Kendra house, some Trikon house. So very, very powerful, especially if this conjunction has Gemini Raj Yoga. This is like an unstoppable type of a person. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn conjunction. If you're new in my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.